Hey folks, Dave Sherwood here, Sherwood Inspection Services. Last time we were here, we had talked about getting the inspection done, putting in the rebar ladder, and then getting the concrete poured. So this is where we are at this point. They came just a couple of days ago, poured the concrete. We had all that rain yesterday, so we had to protect these. But as you can see here, we have our sonotube with the concrete all poured. We filled in around it after the concrete was poured. And of course, we've got our J-bolt on top. So these are our piers, our concrete piers here. And we've got our J-bolt sticking out with a washer and a nut. Here's a trick for you that you might want to think about. If you're ever putting these J-bolts in, make sure that you put a little bit of lubrication on here, navel jelly or something, to be able to take the nut off so that concrete and dust don't get in there. Otherwise, it's not going to work too well. So concrete's a bit messy, and so you are going to get this type of situation here where you can get the concrete on here. But clean it off afterwards, and again, if you put a little bit of the gel on there, then you won't have as much issue with it. If I could speak a little better, it would be clearer for you. So here we have our concrete piers poured, and we are ready to go. The next phase really is for our beams to come in place. They are coming in on Tuesday, so tomorrow we'll have those come in. They will get set in place on Wednesday. And so once we get our beams in place, then we can start working on the overall construction, the wood framing. And that's when things really start to develop and go quickly. Another thing that I want to talk about just briefly is this stick that you see behind us. That is our measuring stick. So we know where the beam is supposed to be, where the floor height's supposed to be, and so on, right up to our second floor. The purpose behind that is so that we keep a constant measurement and a constant lookout for how we're doing. Now, in typical construction, they're going to be off. They're going to be off one corner to another, one side, one end to another, but you don't want to be off too much. You want those measurements pretty darn close. So we're hoping that our measurement is going to lead us to be less than a ½ inch off. And if we can do that, that's pretty darn successful. So that's what that measuring stick is. We have started to remove the siding so that we're ready to go when the beams come in place. And you can see right where they'll fall in line there on top of the pier and right against where we've pulled the siding off. I'm going to leave a little bit of siding on underneath that. Why? Because we're inspectors. And I want to be able to utilize that to teach our inspectors on hanging vinyl siding when we get in under that crawl space. There's a reason for everything that we're doing here. And so I look forward to continuing our progress and speaking with you soon. Again, Dave Sherwood, Sherwood Inspection Services. We'll see you next time.